Um, I'm a little upset. I'm upset for the fact that I congratulated Team Russia on their victory last night. A very upsetting victory, believe me, especially for the Canadians. But their actions afterwards, I think it was absolutely disgusting. I think it was absolutely disgusting. They were rubbing it so hard in Team Canada's face, swearing in Russian. Believe me, I looked up some of the words, and they they got to be the just because I'm not saying this just because they're Russian. It's a stereotype, but those kids had to be the ugliest people I have ever seen in my life. The teeth on them. I mean, it's like they had no teeth. And to top it off, not only that, on they were drunk. 30 of them got kicked off the plane because they were drunk. Too much vodka, too much Boris Yeltsin juice. I find this very, very upsetting, and I find this very, very disappointing on the term when it comes to sportsmanship among the Russians. I was happy for the Russians. All right, they won the gold medal, and I got to give it to Team Canada. I mean, they put up a hell of a fight, but I guess in the third round, or the third period, they just got gassed out. I mean, everybody gets gassed out. Team Canada, I mean, they fought their asses off, man. But I think by the second period, they were 3 goals ahead, and it looked like they weren't going to get caught up by the Russians. I think they just got cocky. It was either they got cocky, it was the coach's fault, or they gassed out, or a combination of all three. Therefore, the Russians got the gold medal and the trophy. The flag was raised and the national anthem was played. But it just strikes me as upsetting knowing that the Russians would have such lack of discipline. I know they're not professional players. I know they're only young, and I know more than likely half of them are going to be millionaires when they become members of the NHL if they're lucky enough to get drafted. But I just think it's disgusting for the fact that they would act like that, especially on the plane. And even Sweden helped him out. I remember they looking on there, and they put a poster on the Russian the Russian locker room saying congratulations on your victory. I mean, hell, even the Swedes were humble in victory, but for something like that to happen, I just think it was disgusting. And I lost total respect for Russia. I lost total respect for the Russian players. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I know it wasn't Russia in general. But what? I don't know. I guess they were excited. I guess they were excited for the fact that they they came back from a loss against Canada the first round. They came back from losses, and they came back and beat Canada for the gold medal. And I thought Canada was going to go all the way. I was really happy when I found out that Canada, and I saw that Canada beat the Americans because the Americans were the defending league champions at the time, and now here it is. Canada was well on their way of getting revenge against Russians against a long time rivalry. The state goes back all the way to the 70s. But something like that, I mean, it's something like that to happen for Russia to do something that immature, that disrespectful to a team like Canada, and rub it in their face like that. I have no doubt in my mind that stuff like that doesn't belong in hockey or any other sport like that. I mean, hell, even I'm guilty of being a little bit cocky and being a little bit arrogant, when I'm training or when I'm playing a game or of playing a game of darts or something like that, or even fighting, but stuff like that. I mean, you live and you learn. You live and you learn, and I think Canada are better. I think Canada are the better players, knowing that they just let the water off a duck's back. But in my mind, they should have deserved gold after what the Russians did, and I feel like there's no way in hell. Well, I know for a fact there next year there's going to be a brand new team of young Russians, and a lot of Canadians are going to be back. So I know probably definitely for a fact that Canada's going to come back strong next year. 2011, Canada's going to get our gold medal back. I'm proud as hell to be a Canadian. And once again, I'm really disappointed with the Russian players. They played brilliantly all through that, and I think Canada got cocky. But you live, you learn, and you make a mistake, and you come back at it again. So Team Canada, all the way. And the next time I play a tournament, darts, or the next time I'm in a fight, I'm going to be dedicating that to you boys, because you gave it all. Not to mention we have a special relation with Team Canada. Number 5, member, his little brother got a transplant thanks to our family. So we're especially going for Canada, and we got a little disappointed knowing that they didn't make it. But you know what? There's always next year, boys. Keep your heads up. You did great, and believe me, Canada will come back stronger than ever, because that's what we Canadians do. We come back, we unify. We're great people, we're strong people, and believe me, Russia, you got your hands full next year, my friends. No, oh Canada will be playing except for the hymn of Russia. Go Canada. So is next year, boys. Remember that.